this is FantasyEsque, and welcome back to the Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Royal Saga with the Salazar Coven. We are picking up with Queen Eden Salazar and the second visitant that she has invited to the royal court for her breeding. Now this is going to be the second visitant breeding we're having and the 6th royal breeding for our queen. So yeah, she's definitely been having a lot of chances, and so far she has managed to produce 3 daughters, and actually is the only vampiress to succeed in producing any daughters, so maybe she'll keep up the streak. And some of you have been saying in the comments that the next generation might be made up of Eden's daughters and nothing else. But hey, I think that would be fun if it does end up that way. Anyways, before we dive into the episode, I want to go through what we saw in the mini-movie because things just have been getting more and more spicy and more exciting. To be honest, guys, when I introduced Catalya into the series, I did not expect her to be this spicy and this dramatic. I really thought that she was going to be quite on the down low. Apparently not. Catalya had other plans. She wanted the limelight. So that is what she is getting. Now, we started off the mini-movie in the temple with Eden and Catalya, and as usual, Catalya was being very cozy with the queen, and she was saying how beautiful she looked in her wedding dress, if only if it were for me. And the queen, she was saying, Catalya, we've spoken about this, remember? Katherine is the only one who can, be my wife, my royal wife. And Catalya was saying, but why? Your words, they're breaking my heart. And then Eden said, well, people are gonna talk about me. I can't leave Catalya. I can't leave Katherine for you. People will say I left one for another. And then Catalya was, very slyly and sneakily saying that that's not what I'm saying at all, my love. You can have us both. Make me royal wife alongside Katherine. And the queen was taken aback by that. She said, what are you saying for me to have 2 royal wives? And then we moved to a scene in the throne room where I was very happy to see the wedding portrait between, Eden and Katherine. It just looks so lovely, and I love the fact it's behind the throne and kind of the first huge thing that people see. But the queen, she was thinking about Catalya's words when Lord Tiber Finch presented himself. So normally her attention is on the person presenting, but she wasn't really focused on that. And idly she was like, yes, the breeding, welcome. And he noticed there was something on her mind, and she said, perhaps there is. So then, rather than going to her chambers or something like that, which she usually does, she actually came behind the throne room, and she brought Tiber behind the throne room because she wanted to see her wedding portrait as well. And she was asking Tiber if he thinks it's strange for her to have 2 wives. And Tiber, he said, not at all. Where I come from, the emperor has many wives. In fact, Prince Voldemort's mother was the emperor's 2nd wife. So then the queen kind of found that fascinating. She was like, is that so? How fascinating. So I think it's eased her mind just a little bit. In vampiric society, the Salazars, that's unheard of. Nobody's ever done that before. They've rarely gotten married, and if they have, it's been just the one marriage. And now she suddenly has someone who's very persistently throwing herself at her. And we also have to acknowledge the fact that Catalya is viewed as the most beautiful vampiress right now in the coven because of her appearance, which is very similar to Queen Sheba Salazar. So I think that plays a part in the queen's ego a little bit, in that the most beautiful vampiress right now in the Empire is in love with me and wants to marry me. So I think she, even though she is trying to resist the idea because of what everyone's used to, she's also entertaining it to an extent because she's flattered by Catalya. And I mean, that's just Eden. I feel like this is a lot of her childishness coming out. She wants Katherine. She also wants Catalya. It's like she wants all the toys. She treats everyone like toys almost, or relationships like toys, and she wants them all. But anyways, we are going to dive into this episode to see how things progress and what goes down. For now, though, we're focusing on Finch. So he is the Visitant that's been chosen by the Queen to breed with the second time around. And he has platinum blonde hair and yellow eyes. So if they have a daughter between them, if they have a son or a daughter, they're going to have the yellow eyes. And then if it's a daughter, she'll have platinum blonde hair. So I think that will be quite interesting. Now, if they have a son between each other, then when he becomes a teen, he will also inherit the horns. So we have to make sure that happens. But okay, let us dive on in and get going. The other thing I don't want to forget is that in this episode, we need to have Princess Eve's reading. So we need to see what her signs are, and you guys need to jump down in the comments and give your predictions for what you think they mean, and I can add them to the Google document, just like we did with Princess Juno and Princess Kyra. So let's get going. Actually, do I have autonomy on? I might not. No, I do not. Okay. I want to let the other ladies do whatever it is they wish. Actually, Catalya might disturb the Queen, and Catherine's here as well. So this might be a difficult breeding, but we'll see. We'll try. So far, she seems to be having a good time, though. So here we go. I feel like she's very, very happy with Finch right now. And in case you guys are wondering, Finch's role in the war, he was actually the prince's attendant. So yeah, the Queen's first breeding was with royalty. Her second breeding, not so much. If you think about the hierarchy, he was actually very low. I think he was the lowest in the hierarchy. Or maybe like equal to the gods perhaps, but he was the prince's attendant. So yeah, there's that. He kind of looked after the prince. Okay, you two. Right, so it seems as though we can progress and get what we need done. So let's actually come here, and I don't think the Queen is going to make too much of a fuss to take him up to her chambers and to the coffin. She's just going to dive into what is the easy thing to do right now. So this is after her marriage, the first breeding that she's having. And she's had a bit of a break. She had Eve, and then Elaine gave birth to a boy, and Azora gave birth to a girl, and now the Queen is back on the saddle. I know, it looks like these three are sitting down there chatting. Catalya and Katherine with Azora. I'm surprised their friendship is still going well. Truly, I am surprised. Oh, they decided to come up anyways. Oh, well, would you look at that? This is the exact same shower the Queen was with Catalya in like 2 episodes ago. Huh. Look at that. Oh, look at that. But I was just thinking, and I think the episode where Elaine gets pregnant, the episode where Elaine gives birth, everyone's like, oh, Catalya and Elaine, so they look so cute together. I hope their relationship goes well. And then literally all the episodes this week has been a complete 180 of that. So things escalated very quickly. But I feel like that's the fun part about all of this, is that the things change and they escalate so quickly, we don't even have time to process what's going on. I mean, we were focused on other things and this drama happened. I feel like this generation is never without drama. Like, there is always something happening. There's never really a lull. Even though with this many episodes in. Okay, Queenie is going to take a test. And also, some of you guys were saying that this seems like it's going to be the longest running season, because we're up to, the late 40s in terms of episodes, and we've only had 3 vampiric girls, which, yes, I totally agree with. I feel like this is going to be the longest running season that we have, because we're only halfway through. Oh, okay, Queen is pregnant. Nice. Nice. Okay, let us go ahead and put down the event. So 1, 2, 3, Wednesday. Okay, so the queen's gonna have her baby on Wednesday. Yes, please. You guys can host. The queen, her royal wife, her mistress, they can all host. Her first love, they can all host. Okay, and then we want to invite Tiba, Kyra, Guinevere, Eve, Juno, Elaine. Azura's already there with us. I don't think anyone else we need to invite. Yeah, I don't think so. You know what, though? It would be nice if this was a girl as well. At least for Eve. Because then she has 2 sisters that are a bit wary of her, but then she would have a sister that's got the exact same heritage as her. But I feel like Eve's standing would be higher than this sister's because her father was a prince. He was royalty. Whereas this princess's father is a visitant, but he is not royalty. He's almost like a commoner. Although I suppose his status is... I mean, he's a lord right now, because after the Visitant War, when the Visitants lost, they were taken or captured by the queen, and they were put in the House of Lords, and they were given the title of lords, so that they would, you know, put their weapons down and be, like, live part of the empire. Like, assimilate into the empire. So he is actually a lord. He is nobility. But in terms of his role within the Visitant kind of group, he was the prince's attendant. So, yeah. So he's not a commoner, he is a noble. We'll do 5 p.m. Eden's Court. Yes, okay, so that's to look forward to. And it seems as though before, like between now and then, things are going to be pretty chill. And then who? Actually, yeah, Juno's birthday, I think, is at the end of the week, maybe? It's somewhere at the end of the week. I'm not entirely sure where right now. But okay, she's gonna let Tiba know that this was successful. And then we are gonna send him right back to where he needs to be. And then we'll dive back in with Eve and Katherine so that we can do her reading. We are back. Now, I have no clue why in the previous episode I had thought we hadn't seen Delphi and her brother George. I don't know why I thought we hadn't seen him. I think I just took so long on that video that I blanked on the fact we had met some of those kids, and it just seemed like everything was new to me. But this little boy we definitely haven't met because he aged up very recently. I did show you a portrait of him, or his sim profile in the previous episode, but we haven't seen him in person. This is Elaine's little boy, Lord Jacob, who, you know, she was hoping would be a girl, but he wasn't. He has the beautiful blue eyes of his parents and that golden yellow hair. And guys, he's the chubbiest toddler, I think, that we have had born. And at this point, we've had like 15 babies, so he is the chubbiest little one, but he is so cute. He's adorable. Just look at him. Just look at him. Oh, he's adorable. You little kiddo. You little kiddo. Oh, look at that smile. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. I swear, I love all of the toddlers that we've been having. They're just adorable. They're gorgeous, let me tell you. And I definitely think their makeovers play a big role. I don't think I've put this much effort into the makeovers for the males, even the females in the previous generations. So everyone just looks so cute, but especially the males. I just have not cared about them before. This generation, I was like, I'm going to change that. I'm going to care about my little baby boys, and I did. So it paid off. Anyways, Princess Eve is in the temple with royal wife Katherine, and royal wife Katherine is going to do her priestess duties. She will ingest one of these emotion berries, I think a museberry, and then she is going to tap into her powers, access the visions given to her by the goddess, and see what is in store for Princess Eve, which will be it'll be interesting because of her background, it seems as though she'll have a precarious future, but who knows? It might be smooth sailing. So why don't we get going? Now remember, we have to look not at Princess Eve, we have to look at the thought bubbles, the first 3 thought bubbles that Katherine gets. Actually, I should probably have like a note. I should have a notepad so that I can write this down. But yeah, we need to have see the first 3 thought bubbles that Katherine has, and they will essentially be the signs that she's received from the goddess about Eve's future. And then you guys are going to jump down in the comment section, and for each of those signs you're going to give your predictions, and then I am going to compile them all and put them in a Google document, and then in the next generation, when I'm thinking of storylines for our characters, I will look at what you guys have suggested and use those suggestions as inspiration for where the plot is going to go. Okay, Katherine, let's go ahead and let's talk about dreams. Oh, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Oh, wealth. Okay, so the first sign for Princess Eve is wealth. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So the first sign is wealth. What is her next sign? That is a sentiment, not a sign. When you look at thought bubbles, we almost were confused for a second. Magic? Okay, magic. So wealth, magic. That's interesting. They seem good so far. Wealth, magic, and what is her third sign? Come on, Katherine. What is her third sign? Winter or cold? I'm assuming that's winter. That's also the symbol for cold, though. Like freezing. Yeah, that is the exact symbol for freezing. Okay. So, do we interpret that as winter or as freezing? I want to interpret that as winter, just because it gives us more scope, but you guys can see that it is the exact symbol for freezing. So, wealth, magic, winter. Okay. Well, that's fascinating. I don't think these are entirely bad signs, guys. I think it might be something good. But okay. Let's do a quick recap of our lovely princess. I almost said your older sister's name. Princess Eve. So guys, Princess Eve's signs are wealth, magic, and winter. So please jump down in the comments and let me know your predictions, and we'll see how they come to play in the next season. I'm excited for you, my little Eve. So excited for you. Right, we can now put all of these away and let the ladies do as they will. And now that Juno's with us, we can actually take a look at the calendar and see when her birthday is going to be. Okay, so it's on Friday. Her birthday is on Friday. Good to know, good to know. So there will be a bit of a gap between the queen giving birth and her having a birthday, which is good. I'm happy with that. I am indeed very happy with that. But for now, we definitely have some other things in the works, namely with Catalya. She has been so persistent with the queen, and Catalya, you know, she's been putting ideas into the queen's head. She wants more than what she's been given. She's not kind of satisfied with the role as the queen's mistress. She wants an actual title, a proper title like what Katherine has. And if Katherine has it, she sees no reason why she can't have it. And she's kind of putting it in the queen's mind. She's actually going to come down. And, yeah, she's going to come down. And I think she's really putting it in the queen's mind that you are the ruler of this land. You are the monarch. You set the customs. You kind of decide what can happen and what can't happen. And just because your ancestors have been doing things a certain way doesn't mean you are confined to that. You know, you can make a change. You can change things however you want to the way you want. So she's really putting these ideas into Eden's head. And I feel like, especially after Eden's conversation with Tibba, she might be slightly more open to the idea. Like, it's not as scandalous or as frightening to her. Because apparently, you know, there are other cultures that are doing that. So even though it is going to be strange for the people here, it's not unheard of. So I feel like Eden, she's kind of had her horizons widened, and Catalya is taking advantage of that for sure. And I don't know if the Queen's going to accept at this point. I mean, Juno's coming. Juno's coming. You know what's funny? I feel like Juno is constantly walking in to Catalya's plots, or has, like, she notices Catalya. She's been noticing stuff that Catalya's been doing. Like, at the wedding, she noticed that Catalya was not happy when everyone else's attention was elsewhere. And she is the one who noticed Catalya and Elaine getting into a fight in the previous episode, and she told the Queen that, oh yeah, they're going outside to fight. And now she, out of everyone in the household, is walking in on Catalya getting ready to once again propose to the Queen, a betrothal between them. So even though the Queen's been listening to this idea and she's getting used to it, I don't think she would go out of her way to make a proposal. But it's Catalya who's putting pressure on her. And if Catalya continues and she feels as though the Queen is warming up to the idea, Eden might kind of crumble under that. So I don't know if the Queen's going to accept, though. I don't know if she would. So Catalya's trying. How is this going to go? And the Queen... Oh my goodness, the Queen is saying yes? The Queen... I suppose she's warmed up to the idea enough. Oh my goodness. She literally just got married to Katherine, like, in the previous episode. And she's already warmed up to the idea of a second wife. And Juno was here to see it all. So I don't know how Juno's going to feel about this. Like, I really don't know how Juno would feel about this. But the Queen's definitely happy. And I also don't know how Katherine would feel about this when she finds out. I mean, everyone knows that Catalya is the Queen's mistress, but how's she going to feel when she finds out that Catalya is now betrothed to the Queen? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, that happened. How is everyone else going, though? Princess Eve. Now, Princess Eve, we were wondering... Oh my goodness, child, are you hungry? Little one. Where is she going? Oh, she's going to have some mac and cheese. Yes, yes, yes. You go have your mac and cheese, child. And what is Hades doing here? Hades, what are you doing here? Do we have time for you, Hades? I don't know if anyone here has time for you. Maybe he heard. You know what? Catalya is going to invite Hades in. Maybe he heard of, you know, what Catalya's been doing. And he's kind of been interested if she's made any strides. So he's actually coming to casually check up on what's going on. Oh, because he has no one here he should be here for. His son, George, does not live with these guys. And now Serana, the one who he mated with, she's not here either. She's been executed. So the only reason he would have to come is to check up on Catalya. So, okay. There we go. Maybe the demon faction wants to know how she's doing because, you know, she was pursuing the Queen, but then everyone heard that she ended up getting married to Katherine. So they want to know if she's made any progress on that. And I think that's why Hades is here. Ooh. Okay, but yes, you can like dancing. Now that aside, Eve, her companions, she's got 3. Actually, right now, she's got 2 of the kids, like the Coven Rose kids, and we were wondering how her behavior towards them is going to be. Especially Looks like Catherine's heartbroken. My goodness. We're wondering how their behavior is going to be, or her behavior towards them, because that might dictate some of other people's opinions and whether or not they have it hard. And Eve over here has had a want to become friends with Lord George. So, not Chance, but George. And George, his father is Hades. So essentially, like, both his parents caused pain to everyone. Not that everyone knows about Hades, but Eve is very interested in becoming friends with Lord George, so we'll have to see how that goes. And Katherine... Aww. Katherine seems as though she's going through a lot right now. Yep, her relationship with Eden ain't doing too great. Ain't doing too great. It's all like in the red. Oh no. Oh no. It's all in the red. It's like her fears. I think, you know what, Juno just marched out? I'm assuming Juno came up and Juno broke the news to everyone that obviously everyone's going to see the queen and Catalya being affectionate with each other because she's the queen's mistress. Everyone expects that. But I think Juno is the one who broke the news to the ladies that Catalya is now betrothed to the queen, that she proposed and the queen accepted. And Katherine, she's very heartbroken right now. It's like all the taunts that Elaine was kind of throwing her way during the wedding. It's all come true. Because remember, Elaine was saying it's not like she's going to steal Her Majesty from you. But it seems as though that's what she's doing. And it hurts, especially because their wedding portrait is like right there. But let's see, what kind of sentiments is she going through? Embittered heart. Festering bitterness. Looming anxiety. And then she's got I Knew It, Unfaithful Love. Oh my goodness. And her relationship with the queen. Just good friends. Oh, this is a solid relationship built on trust and good memories. Yikes. Trust. Yeah, trust. So Katherine, you know, she's furious at the queen for cheating. She feels betrayed by the queen cheating. So it seems as though infidelity has soured Lady Katherine, or royal wife Katherine's feelings for Eden. Royal wife Katherine may find that being around Eden brings back bad memories about what happened, but then on Eden's side, she's like deeply in love with Katherine. She just thinks she's deeply in love with everyone. She wants them both. But this is kind of what's been going on there. Now I wonder if there's anything in the reward store that would make them that would make them a bit more okay with it. I don't actually know. Doesn't seem as though that would be it. We've got brave. I don't see anything. I mean, we've got unique appearance. I don't think there is, to be honest. Lifestyle. What? Oh no, not that one. No, I don't think there is anything that could prevent that. But yeah, it just seems as though the relationship between the queen and Katherine, we'll have to see how it goes. It's like a bit of a yo-yo, going back and forth at this point. I feel bad for her though. I really do feel bad for her. Okay, Eve, yeah, we established what you're doing. Juno. Juno still wants to be with Griffin. She's like jumping between Sage and Griffin. She either wants to be involved with Sage or she wants to be involved with Griffin, but we all know that is something the Salazar Empire is not entirely known for. I mean, if there were generations between them, different story, but they're too closely related. Kyra, nothing interesting going on with her. Azura, not for you either, not for Katherine. The queen, you're already married to Katherine and you're kind of screwing things up with her. Okay, you know what guys, I am gonna leave everyone be. Let's have them cool down for a bit and then we'll jump back in to see what's going on once there's something a bit more interesting. So I don't know if this is to make up for the romantic betrayal towards royal wife Catherine, but the Queen has newly constructed a library called Catherine Library in honor of her royal wife, and this is it right over here. Let's take a quick look. It is huge, it is ambitious, it is just gorgeous, and I will put the creator in the video description below so you guys can download this and play it in your own games, but it looks stunning. I feel like it is worthy of a royal wife. Obviously, Catherine is still simmering in rage, but this is what the Queen has done. And if we take a look inside, so you come on in, you've got this going on. This is almost like I think a games room slash like hangout cafeteria area. And then you have this area for, speeches and debates and such. If you go down, you just have a bunch of bathrooms here. And then upstairs, you have these really cool walkways and study spaces. I feel like this would be a great place for people across the empire to come to mingle, to exchange ideas. That's kind of what this library is for, I'd assume. And then right at the very top, we have this kind of research and development area, and then we have a games room slash art area and woodworking. So this is for, studious people, and lovers of history, of course, which I feel like priestesses kind of lend themselves towards. But I want to go through the whims and see what else we have. Now, I just realized, because I reset the whims, unfortunately, Eve's whim to become friends with George, that got cancelled out. I should have fulfilled it before I did that. But I think it's good for us to at least know what Eve is thinking. So she's not playing the blame game right now. She is quite intrigued by at least George, because maybe it's because actually George looks quite different from everyone else, just like she looks different from everyone else. We don't really have another red-skinned child who is part demon like that, so maybe she feels a sort of kinship with George. So there is that. Now, Juno over here, I'm quite interested to see what's going through Juno's mind, because she saw Catalya proposing to the Queen and the Queen accepting. She also was the one to break the news to Catherine that the Queen is, now betrothed, which Catherine didn't take too well. But now she has whims for both her mother and her stepmother, so I'm very curious to see where this is going to go. Also, she is feeling quite hot-headed. So Juno wants to become friends with Lady Catherine, or, with royal wife Catherine. That's going to take some getting used to for me, the title change. But yeah, with royal wife Catherine, she wants to become friends, so maybe she sympathizes with her stepmother. And then she wants to chat with Queen Eden. Maybe she wants to have a chat about this whole Catalya situation, but that's really fascinating to me. Juno's kind of understanding the politics of the court right now, and I feel like she's she's playing up to it. Kyra, as usual, is being a bit oblivious, which I don't know if that's a great thing, Kyra, but she's being her. Elaine, nothing really going through her mind, neither is Azura. Catherine, she's just been very tense and very angry, but I don't think she really wants to think about anyone. Now, Lagatha over here, she wants to chat with Princess Eve, which I feel like is a very sweet and maternal thing of her, because she is the brood mother, and to an extent, Eve would have grown up either under her care or her direction. So I think she wants to see how Eve is adjusting to life in the castle right now, and if things are going okay with her, which I think is very nice. The Queen has a whim for Catherine, so I'm wondering what that's about, given that she did piss Catherine off, and then she built this whole library in Catherine's name. Oh, she wants to woohoo with royal wife Catherine. Okay, that's interesting, because the Queen has not given Catherine very much attention in that regard. I feel like since they've been married, she has spent that much time with Catalya. But yes, she hasn't done a lot of that with Katherine. This will probably be the first time, so it's good to see she's thinking of her. And then Catalya, she's got Eden on her mind and Lagatha. So what is this about? She and Lagatha do not get along well, so that would be interesting. She wants to, become friends with Lady Lagatha. You know what? She and Lagatha did not get along well for the longest time, ever since she's entered the court, really, because Lagatha has been playing the blame game. But I think now that Elaine is no longer on Catalya's side, and she's kind of stepping on Catherine's toes, she's probably backtracking and thinking to herself, oh crap, I can't have this many bad relationships in the Empire. I need to fix at least my relationship with Lagatha, because there's a misunderstanding there. If we can fix it, then I'll have, one more person on my side, and then if I'm just focused on Elaine hating me, I can do that. But I can't have everyone ganging up on me, so that is intriguing. And then she wants to stargaze with Eden. Okay. That's also good to note, even though, yes, she has managed to convince the Queen to, get betrothed. That doesn't mean they'll end up married. We've had plenty of instances in the past. I was actually surprised by how quickly things escalated between Eden and Katherine, because we have had incidents where people have gotten engaged and then nothing's happened afterwards. They haven't, taken the next step, just like it did with Eden and Guinevere's parents. Their mother and father got engaged to each other, and then they never went ahead. I think their father was made as a consort, but they never went ahead and actually got married. So there is that. But okay, let us see if we can get going with Juno, who I feel like is sensing, definitely noticing the tension that's going on between everyone. And she's going to want to talk about why Katherine is feeling maybe so cold towards the Queen, try and brighten her day. She's going to get close to her stepmother, because I think she would sympathize with her stepmother a little bit over here. She definitely likes Katherine more than Catalya, so she's going to go ahead and do that. Brighten her day, give her a compliment, especially, with this library being built. Try to calm down. Let's see. Distract her, show off your muscles. Discuss some logic puzzles. Yeah, okay, she's gonna spend some time with Katherine, which I feel like would be quite nice. I feel like it's a kind of a very leadership thing to do. To notice that someone's feeling down and to cheer them up and not be so oblivious to what's going on around you. She's very perceptive. Very perceptive. And where is Katherine? Yeah, I feel like Katherine keeps excusing herself. Catalya keeps finding her way to where the Queen is, and then Katherine keeps excluding herself because she just doesn't want to be in the same vicinity. But oh, look at her. She's so upset. She's so angry right now. She's very angry. She's like going through bouts of being tense and of being very, very enraged at the Queen. Oh, jeez. My camera is like jumping everywhere. Nope. Don't do that. Don't do that. And Catherine's also jumping everywhere. Oh my goodness. Where'd you go? Oh, she's gonna ask about woohoo. I feel like it's her asking about the wedding woohoo. Which did not happen because Catalya has been hogging the Queen's attention. And let's not do any of that. Deep thoughts. Maybe have a deep conversation with her. She might appreciate that since she hasn't really been able to talk to anyone else about all of this. Tell her an engaging story. Tell her a dramatic story. Let's see. Discuss interests, which we know what that is right now. Compliment her wedding dress, I think. Tell her how her wedding dress looks so beautiful. That would definitely cheer up. Discuss plasma flavors. And let's see. Let's enthuse about fitness. Where'd she go? Are we friends yet? Yay! We managed to become friends. Nice. Okay. Well, we have managed to do that. Hopefully Katherine feels a little bit better. She and I feel like Juno have gone just a little bit closer because when she was struggling, Juno was the one to notice and try and cheer her up. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.